Hello everyone. How is everyone doing? There are already people here. Aditya is here with two questions already, and there is Mohit. Hello, Mohit. And hello, Ansar. Good to see you guys here. Today is Wednesday, 20th of September, and it's 9 p.m. And we are going to be talking about the special session of Parliament mostly. And that is the agenda. So I've been doing a lot of videos, you must have seen. Uh, I've been following the Parliament very closely now. After years of doing it and not doing it, I've been following it now closely and turning them into videos. A few of you are members who have been on my live streams also. Please talk nicely about how great the live streams are and how much you're enjoying it so that I get more members, which I need to pay rent. So please. Uh, okay, more people are here. Vijit, hello. Rashmi, hello. And Move, hello. Familiar faces and familiar members who diligently attend my live streams. Thank you. Mr. Man Ags, hello. Mr. Man is asking when is the Dota stream? Sir, अभी तो Parliament session चल रहा है. We are very busy. We are very busy. Yes, I just said that because I feel like I now have a team of about 20 people who watch Parliament with me and help me and give me ideas and also direct me while I'm shooting my videos. I do takes and they're like, no, this is not okay, or this is okay, or that is fine, or maybe you should do this, which is great. So we have been watching Parliament diligently and we have been really enjoying it. You must have seen the dispatches I've been putting out. So I'm trying to put them out on the same day. It's a bit ambitious, not working, so it will happen early in the morning. So the previous day's updates will come at 7 in the morning next day. That's the plan. And today's dispatch is already out. I'm going to put out another one tomorrow. So till now we have covered three sessions, three sittings of Parliament. Parliament started on Monday. Today is Wednesday. So we are going to talk about all that has happened and not happened during this time. But also, I have I have two very special people with me today, and I'll tell you how they came on the stream also. Say hello to Preeti and Aditya. Hello, guys.
Yes, Meghnad, you're
Hi, you can hear me,
audible.
right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, so that's Aditya and this is Preeti. Say hello to them. So the way they came,
Hello, good
yes, so
evening.
they are law students in their final year, and the way they came on the stream is because Aditya emailed me in the morning and asked me for an interactive session on women's reservation bill because they want to start their own YouTube channel and do videos on policy and law and etc. So I was like, why don't you just drop by on my live stream and we can do interactions, all the interactions that you want. So that's how they're here. So hello guys, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving this opportunity.
So guys, tell us a little bit about
It's
yourself.
it's it's like it's like fanboy and fan women uh, moment for all of for
Fan
both of us.
woman, that's nice.
So my name is Aditya Dubey,
Yeah.
and currently I'm a final year law student, pursuing my law from Lloyd Law College, Greater Noida, and I have been following Parliament since 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm also a political activist, uh, working on the issues of padhai, kamai, and dawai.
Right.
And currently, because the special session is going on of the Parliament, so we have been following the Parliament since this special session of the Parliament has begun. A lot of work has to be done because they have introduced women representation bill. So we are discussing on the women today. We will discuss women representation bill, and she is my colleague. She will introduce
Yeah.
herself.
My name is Preeti Singh, and I'm a final law student.
Yes.
And also, I am working on the proceeding of the parliament very
Okay.
closely.
So proceedings as in like you study the proceedings of Parliament?
No, the comments which is given by the MPs and
Ah.
the things which is going on.
Right. So you're following the proceedings. Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to come back to you before, but I need to talk to chat for a bit, right?
Sure. No issues.
Sure.
Hello, everyone. So, who all are here again? So, Kaushik is here. He joined the live stream for the first time. Hello, Kaushik. Hello, first timer Kaushik. क्या बोरिंग वोटिंग सेशन चल रहा है सो द बिल हैज़ बीन पास्ड फ्रॉम व्हाट आई हियर द लोकसभा हैज़ क्लियर्ड द बिल and the women's reservation bill. There was like a lot of debate that happened today. That's what we are going to talk about mostly. They are still counting votes for the constitutional bill. So I just saw an update from ANI that 554 voted in favor and 2 voted against. So mostly a lot of people said yes. So no worries there, no problems. It's going to sail through. That though we knew already.
We need to find out who are these two MPs actually.
We need to find out who are these two MPs. Yeah, that's true actually. We should. Yeah, who will they be? Maybe independents or maybe some parties who just wanted to like put a foot forward. We'll have to find out. But you're right. What? Okay, so Ags is asking a very personal question. What are your income sources? Means any financial issues do you have? No, I don't have any financial issues. I mean, at least I'm not on the streets yet. I have like a 6 months runway, which I'm very proud of, and I'm going to use that up and trying to build this thing into like a sustainable enterprise. So this is my source of income now, essentially. And it's not a very good source of income, I must say, but theek hai. It's been a month, it's been fair, it's been nice, and I have a lot of supporters now. We are about 100 members in, which is great. And we just got another new member also, Emil Fernandez. Hello, thank you for the basic support. SS is saying, can I join your Dota pubs? Oh, I'm also a 1K scrub. Guys, you really want me to see me play Dota, no? ठीक है, करते हैं. It will be a members only live stream, but we'll do it one of these days. Technically, streaming parliament debates is akin to defending the ancients. Okay. Mr. Man is saying, this man's working more than parliamentary folks. That has always been the case, Mr. Man. For years now. No. Guys, parliamentarians also work hard, okay? They have a lot of things to do. People stealing and living my dream of talking about policy, etc. on YouTube. Okay. All the boring stuff in Parliament will be explained interestingly in members only stream. Yes, listen to Dubey, Mr. Dubey, Neeraj Dubey. No, sorry, Mr. Dama, Neeraj Dama. And please join the live streams. Okay, I think we have a lot of people here now. We can start. So, here's the thing, guys. Here's the plan. We will obviously take questions from you. We would also talk about what happened in the session. And I have Aditya and Priti with me to also help me take you through the session. So we will go one by one. And we have time. Guys, we have time. So धीरे धीरे चलते हैं. And if at any point of time you feel like you don't understand something and something is getting too complicated, you are falling asleep, please let me know. I will stop and redo it, or maybe not. We'll see. Yeah. So, just as a gist, session started on Monday, but before the session there was a lot of drama, right? They didn't announce the agenda of this session. The special session was announced in the first week of September, which is 3 weeks ago. And Prahlad Joshi announced it and everyone was like, oh my god, kya hone wala hai? What is going to happen? What is going to happen? Preeti and Aditya, like, were you also like one of those people who is like, what is going to happen? And what were your theories back then?
Uh, Honestly speaking, Meghna, I thought that they are actually bringing one nation, one election, and this, this, this might be the best, I think, best solution to one nation, one election. That they will bring a bill to one nation, one election, and might be, matlab, I think I'm very responsible in saying this particular statement that after this one nation, one election bill comes into picture, the democratic form of election in India will be diminished from this country.
Hmm.
So my
Okay.
reservations were actually for one nation, one election.
Acha.
I was expecting that they can bring women representation bill also, but I thought that they can bring one nation, one election bill because there was a jumla again which was
Hmm.
uh, given by the current government that they are actually studying and they are actually
They formed a committee.
actually they formed a committee. Yeah, they
Yeah.
formed a committee, and I thought that they're bringing this special session. So before 2024 election,
Hmm.
I think special session मौका भी है, दस्तूर भी है, क्यों नहीं ये
Hmm.
आखिरी डेमोक्रेटिक इलेक्शन करा दिया जाए, तो वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन करा देते हैं.
Hmm.
तो मुझे लग रहा था कि शायद उस पे बिल, और अभी भी मेरे रिजर्वेशंस हैं क्योंकि अभी भी स्पेशल सेशन खत्म नहीं हुआ है.
But we'll see. That so. I mean, I don't think it will happen
हाँ,
now. But Preeti, did you
yes.
have a theory as well?
So on one nation, one election, like it was very surprisingly that this bill has been introduced क्योंकि
Hmm.
हम लोग एक्सपेक्ट ही नहीं कर रहे थे. हम लोग को
हाँ.
लग रहा था कि पहले वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन की बात होगी पूरी पूरी.
फिर बाद में
बट
ये
ये तो
होगा.
कुछ और नहीं
मुझे
था.
भी लग रहा था एक्चुअली वही ना. सो द इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट ऑफ दिस वाज दैट इतने सारे थियोरीज आ रहे थे एंड न्यूज़ चैनल्स वर आल्सो लाइक घी में क्या आग में घी डालने का काम कर रहे थे. सो एज दे
आग
से
में
आग
किया.
में
आग
घी
में
डालना,
घी
हाँ.
गाइस. आग में घी, सॉरी. घी में आग नहीं डालते. आग में घी डालते. सो द न्यूज़ चैनल्स वर आल्सो
ये
डूइंग
कर दी
दिस.
आपने बीजेपी वाली बात.
So they already had a bunch of theories, right? First was, of course, one nation, one election, as Aditya you pointed out, and Preeti you were also saying. But the other thing was UCC. Uniform Civil Code was also like floating around.
हाँ.
People were like, "हाँ, UCC आ जाएगा." Uh, because before that, a month before that, they were also like some hawa about UCC. Then suddenly, out of
उसमें सबसे
nowhere,
ज्यादा
huh?
एक्साइटेड तो
Huh?
लोग थे कि उनको बहुत ज्यादा चांसेस मिल रहे हैं अपना ओपिनियन रखने का.
हाँ हाँ ऑफ कोर्स. वो तो मतलब यूसीसी का तो बिल ही नहीं आया बट स्टिल पीपल वेयर लाइक हवाबाजी कर रहे थे. सो लाइक दैट वाज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग टू वॉच. द अदर थिंग, द थर्ड थिंग दैट हैपेंड आफ्टर दैट वाज नेम चेंज, which is
Yeah.
the name change thing, which is India versus Bharat. And because G20
भारत.
happened in the middle, and they sent out all these invitations and they with the name Bharat on it. And when Prime Minister was giving his address to all the leaders, there was Bharat written on a plaque. So everybody is like, of course, special session has been called to change the name of this country as well. Um, but did you guys think they would actually do that? They change the name of the country?
See, if constitutionally speaking, I think these are actually gimmicks.
Huh.
This name change of India and Bharat. If you read the Constitution of India, Article 1 itself says
Hmm.
that India, that is Bharat.
Yeah.
So both India is also there and Bharat is also there.
Both
And
names.
if you read the Constituent Assembly debates also,
Hmm.
firstly, India was proposed that India would be the official name of the country, and in every official meet, India will be used. Then there were a lot of contentions from other constituent assembly members like H.V. Kamath and other members,
Hmm.
and they proposed that there should be word in Hindi
Hmm.
which should be used not interchangeably, but but actually the Hindi version of India. So
Hmm.
basically, if you say India in Hindi, that will be Bharat.
Hmm.
So India and Bharat cannot be interchangeably used. as the way as the way they use it in the G20 summit.
No, but that's not. That's
तो ये
not.
एकदम
It's.
सीधी
I know what you mean, right? So
सीधी सी
essentially, if you use
बात है कि
if you say government of India, it should be government of India. If you say sarkar, then it should be Bharat Sarkar. Essentially,
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
yeah.
बिल्कुल
So it can't be
मतलब
like
वही वाली
president of Bharat.
इन्होंने ये कह दिया कि हाँ मतलब इन्होंने ये कह दिया कि इंडिया और भारत तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में मेंशन है इंडिया दैट इज भारत तो इंडिया और भारत को ये सेम पेडेस्टल पे लाके उन्होंने कहा कि रिपब्लिक ऑफ भारत जबकि ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है
Republic
अगर
of
आप इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के हिंदी वर्जन को पढ़ेंगे तो इंडिया दैट इज भारत को जो है उसी तरीके से डिफाइन किया गया है
Bharat that is India.
भारत दैट इज इंडिया ऑफ कोर्स
तो वहां पे भारत जो कि
यही
इंडिया
लिखा
है ऐसे कुछ लिखा है ना हिंदी इसमें.
गया जी बिल्कुल ये है
राइट.
तो अलग नाम नहीं है मतलब दोनों एक ही नाम है और ऑफिशियल नाम है लेकिन रिपब्लिक ऑफ भारत हर जगह यूज किया जाता है एज ऑफिशियल नेम तो फिर आप उसी को यूज करेंगे लेकिन अब इस बहस में उन्होंने लोगों को एक्चुअली क्या है ना ये इस तरह से चीजों को फेंकते हैं और लोगों का ओपिनियन जानना चाहते हैं
हाँ मतलब टेस्टिंग करते हैं
व्हाट दे हैव डन इन G20 दैट इज अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल
या सॉरी गाइस लाइट चला गया सो माय लाइट सेटिंग्स वेंट क्रेजी या okay yeah but you're right so guys chat if you had any more theories please let us know I know there were many theories floating around during that time but now that we are here women's reservation turns out to be the one that we should have been expecting all along but you know what's sad guys is that we are made to guess like this all the time now which think about it right like there was no real harm in telling people in the first week of September that hey guys we are going to move to the new parliament and we want to do a new start we wanted to do something nice and we wanted to do something historic so we will pass the reservations bill the women's reservation bill right and they do it in the first week of September there was literally no harm in doing that and once they do that people would actually get a chance to be prepared for it and they would know what to do what stands to take they would actually have time to decide what their stands are but unfortunately that did not happen guys chat से बात करना है okay just a second
Yes.
Kochi from what I hear on Cyrus says मेघनाथ comes from well-to-do family. Oh, Cyrus तो कुछ भी बोलता रहता है. Do I come from a well-to-do family? हाँ, I guess. I mean, nice middle-class family I come from. But middle-class क्या होता है आजकल? I don't even know what it means anymore. We can get a little philosophical about it, but let's not. 65 days per year, very hard. Okay. Did any amendment to the bill was any amendment to the bill proposed? I assume the government won't pass them always. Preeti and Aditya, did you see any amendments being proposed to the bill, women's reservation bill?
No. If we see the proceedings of the Lok Sabha today and yesterday, no amendments were proposed, and the bill has been passed from the Lok Sabha without any
amendments. Right. So it's going to Rajya Sabha tomorrow. Maybe we will see some amendments there because there is a bigger chance of them passing in a Rajya Sabha than a Lok Sabha, I'm guessing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I think the only contention that they will have, the opposition members will have, and they are very upright and they are very vocal about the contentions that they have women representation bill, which is the first contention is why not reserve the seats for 2024 Lok Sabha election? Why we are waiting for 2026 Delimitation Commission or why we are waiting for 2031 census? Because if there is a MP from Godda constituency, Nishikant Dubey, and fortunately or unfortunately, I belong to his constituency only.
Okay.
So
Aditya,
yeah,
you're
I
you're
belong to
breaking a
Gudda
little bit.
constituency. He's my MP, and he was actually chosen as a speaker.
Yeah,
Am I
you're
audible now?
breaking. Now it's better. Yeah, go on.
Now audible?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was saying that Nishikant Dubey is an MP from BJP,
Hmm.
and he was chosen as a speaker from the ruling party today
Yeah,
to speak on this particular issue.
I saw
And
that.
fortunately and unfortunately, I belong to his constituency.
Okay.
Okay. So what happened that he actually rose that contentions into the valid proof. So during his speech, he actually mentioned that we cannot bring this we cannot implement this women representation bill till 2031 census is
Hmm.
completed, and after 2031 delimitation commission will be set up,
Hmm.
and after 231 census report will be out, then delimitation commission report will be out, then we can see the real implementation of women representation bill
Hmm.
in 2034, might be in 2034 Lok Sabha election, or might be it may extend to 2039 Lok
Hmm.
Sabha elections.
Hmm.
Because he has actually linked this particular bill to Article 81, Clause 3, and Article
Yeah.
82 of the Indian Constitution,
Okay, I'm going to stop
which
you.
were the contentions of the opposition leaders.
Yeah, I'm going to stop you there because this is the point where people start losing, attention. Because whenever we mention
Yeah,
clauses,
sure, sure.
is when people are like, "ये क्या ही बात कर रहे?" So, just to tell you in very quickly, very short, what Aditya was saying, and giving you a gist of it. So essentially, when the bill was brought in, the current version of the women's reservation bill, when it was brought in, it was initially proposed as a private member's bill in 1996. Then it came in and was taken over by the UPA, and in 2010 it was cleared by the Rajya Sabha, and the Lok Sabha wasn't able to pass it. So it got stuck there. Then Sonia Gandhi was pushing it for a few years, and Congress was pushing it, and multiple parties were pushing it, and now finally it's here. The only thing is that it is very similar to what the UPA had proposed initially, but with one like tiny change to it. Uh, so there is the 33 reservation part, 33% reserved seat part. Back then, everybody was opposing the Congress, saying that you have included ST and SC women, but you have not included OBCs in the reservation. What people wanted was a larger women's reservation, but within that, they wanted an ST, SC, and OBC reservation specifically for women. Even back then. And back then, they were going against the Congress, and Samajwadi Party and BSP, and even BJP were one of the people who were going against them. Now we come to 2023, the tables have flipped somehow, right? And strangely enough, the BJP has now proposed a same bill, which has the same major provisions with a little bit of more changes otherwise, but the same overall same overall proposals as I mentioned, without including the OBC and minorities again. Now the Congress is the one opposing them. Well, not anymore because it passed in the Lok Sabha, so not really an opposition. But it passed the Lok Sabha. But here's the big change that BJP made in all this. They completely changed when it will be implemented. So the initial bill had no intention of like doing it after delimitation, or putting conditions on it. They were just like, after rules are made, we will start putting in reservations. What BJP did was that they have now added this one added clause to it, which says that in 2026, when our delimitation freeze ends, and there will be a recount of all the seats and a rejigging of all the country's constituencies, and we will have our Lok Sabha seats going up to at least 888 is what I'm hearing. That is when the women's reservation will be implemented, in that election where that seat count happens. But before that, they also have to do a census. So as Aditya pointed out, so delimitation process would take a few years. I'm guessing mota mota ek do saal lagenge usme. They have to set up a committee. They have to redraw all boundaries. They have to figure out migration kahan se kahan hua hai. They have to figure out what is the proportional increase of population in each constituency. 50 years ago is when it happened. Okay, like remember, we had a population of 64 crore people back then. Now we have a population of 140 crore people, more than doubled. And yeah, 50 years, they have to do all the accounting for 50 years of where the population went, who went outside, which grew, which did not, then come up with a nice seat count. That will take a long time. But before that, they also have to do census, which is which is also nuts because the last census was 2011. It was supposed to happen in 2021 and they postponed it because of COVID. Then for the last 2 years, they have even stopped giving reasons about why they're postponing it. And now they're saying that the next census, as Aditya pointed out, Nishikant Dubey said, will happen in 2031. So 20 years will be a big data gap. Preeti, you wanted to say something?
Yes, so on this, like
Yeah.
TMC MP has already said, she mentioned that this is basically a rescheduling bill.
Right.
Not
Right. I think Mahua Moitra said this, right?
yes, yes.
Yeah. It's a rescheduling bill. That's actually a good one.
She wanted she wanted to implement it from why not from 2024 itself?
Yeah, yeah. Why not from 2024? And there is no reason, right? I mean, I don't understand this whole condition of why they want to also like delimitation needs to be included in that whole mix. Why not implement it from 2024? Why not, right? You know, guys. Strangely
Like
enough,
post dated check.
a post-dated check. Yeah, it's like a post-dated check. You know, guys, the interesting thing. So I saw yesterday's introduction debates, right? You know, so the uncorrected debates. I was looking at it. Arjun Ram Meghwal was there, and while introducing the bill, he was trying to explain to the opposition why it's a good bill, and he said that once we pass it, next year elections will happen and we will implement. I think he hadn't read his own bill or what. It was very bizarre. Uh, but just a second, I will talk to chat again. Rashmi is saying, if I remember correctly, according to Mr. Ravish Kumar, they presented the same bill that was proposed by INC earlier during their term, passed in RS, failed to pass in LS. Yeah, Rashmi, exactly. Same bill, but with that added condition, as Preeti was saying, it's a post-dated check. That's basically this whole provision of delimitation is like the turning it into like a post-dated check. The bill did not exclude the OBC and nor was it dependent on the census or delimitation. Did not exclude the OBC? I believe it did exclude the OBC, Achut, if I am not wrong. Guys, do you know like the 2010 bill? It was the same reason, right? You know, they did not include the OBC women.
Yeah, the bill which was introduced in 2010,
Yeah,
the contentions from Rashtriya Janata Dal and Samajwadi Party
right.
was that there is no quota within quota. So OBCs were not included. SCs and STs were included in that 33% reservation. So
Right.
they were actually demanding that in that 33% reservation for women, OBCs women should have a separate quota.
Fair enough, fair enough. So that's precisely it. Achut, so that's your answer. Mm, okay. Ansar, is it like kuch nahi to? Okay. Ansar, I can't use this language on this stream, man. मेरे को demonetize मत करवाओ तुम. You might point out why all these new age journalists criticize BJP. They aren't criticizing BJP, but the present government. That is how things work. Yes, yes. Anti-authoritarian behavior is amazing. It's always amazing. Please be anti-authoritarian. Please be anti-establishment also. And I missed the name of the person who spoke about Meghnad's background on Cyrus Says. It wasn't Meghnad's background, it was Shreyas. Oh, yeah, there. Okay. So Shreyas was there. Okay. Fair enough, Shweta. Hey Meghnad, which party do you support? I am new here, man. Aditya, I currently do not really support any party, honestly. Like, I have a simple rule in life. I oppose those who are in power. Whichever party is in power, I will criticize them. If they do something wrong, I will talk against them, and I will point out what they are doing wrong. And if there are no parties in power, then I'm like usually more sympathetic to them. So whoever is not in power is who I support. Does that make sense? like, like the rebel child inside me always supports those who do not have power. I have a massive savior complex, you might call it. So maybe that helps. Delimitation also creates a political hustle between South and North. Actually, this is also worth talking about. So let's bring Preeti and Aditya back. Guys, thoughts on delimitation?
So this is a very valid question to pertaining to this particular women representation issue. So there has been a lot of questions and contentions raised by the South Indian states that the delimitation which was done previously, that was done in such a manner that the southern states and the southern part of the country actually feels that they are neglected. And the reason behind this particular issue is that if you if you see the number of constituency that the north region of this country has, in comparison to the southern part of the states, you will actually get the difference that क्यों लोग कहते हैं कि अगर यूपी और बिहार में सरकार बन गई तो दिल्ली का रास्ता भी साफ हो जाता है. कोई ये नहीं कहता है कि आंध्रा और केरला में अगर आपने सरकार बना ली तो आप दिल्ली के रास्ते को भी पहुंच जाएंगे या दिल्ली के रास्ते पे भी आप चल रहे हैं. सब यही कहता है कि अगर यूपी और बिहार में सरकार बना ली तो दिल्ली में सरकार बन जाती है.
Yeah.
So
Because
this is
they have
actually because of delimitation
disproportionately
commission.
more seats than other states. Essentially, that's the bottom line, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the one thing I think additional point to what you were saying, Aditya, was, so I think I mentioned this in my yesterday's dispatch also very briefly. Guys, people who are joining in, I have started Parliament Watch dispatches. So they are daily updates from Parliament. If you don't know what I've been doing, so I've been doing these members only live stream. Where every day at 10:30, 10:45, I go live and I'm there for around 3.5, 4 hours till lunchtime, and maybe sometimes also in the afternoon. And a bunch of members come in and then they basically direct me while I shoot videos. So the videos that are coming out right now are directed by the members of this channel. Essentially, it's like basically a little wild. I ask them for advice on what to do, and they tell me what to do, and I do it. Mostly I do it, but sometimes they do also. Not giving them too much credit also, but you get the idea. And those are the videos that are going out as dispatches, so please check them out. Right, so just adding to what Aditya was saying, we are answering the question on delimitation creates a hustle between south and the north. So as Aditya pointed out, Uttar Pradesh has disproportionately large number of seats compared to, like, let's say a Kerala, etc. So their political power just naturally goes up. So the reason why this freeze was put in 1976 by Indira Gandhi is because the states from the south complained that we are losing political power, because we are being punished for controlling our population, while the other states where the population growth is more are getting more political power. But there was a second reason, and that had to do with taxes. So the taxation system of this country is completely centralized. And what the southern states were also complaining about was that we are more prosperous, we are giving more tax to the central government. So why is it that all of our tax money is being spent to give welfare to, larger states, poorer states? We are okay with that, but at the same time, then we need to retain our political power. So therefore, delimitation freeze. So 1976 there was a delimitation freeze. Then 2001 there was a delimitation freeze. 50 years, population went nuts. People went everywhere, idhar udhar. Basically pura mess ho gaya. And now we have come to a point where in 3 years it is going to be unfrozen, and all hell is going to break loose. And I mean that quite literally, because the southern states will still be upset because that situation remains the same. If not, it has become worse. So we don't know what will happen. And Aditya, the interesting thing, and Preeti, was that they linked women's reservation with delimitation. Right? So it's like now
Yes, that is the most interesting part.
if you now oppose delimitation, they will say, ki, oh, are you opposing it because it's women's reservation? Ah.
Exactly.
That's why it is a post-dated check and political gimmick.
Yeah, yeah.
They are actually trying. They have actually brought this particular bill to get electoral benefits in 2024 elections.
Okay. That's true. Yeah, I mean,
क्योंकि,
like,
if
go on, go on.
So that could be seen clearly
What could be seen clearly? Sorry.
that it's a vote bank for them.
हाँ. So 2024 elections के लिए.
क्योंकि ऑलरेडी कांग्रेस बार बार बोल रहा था कि आप इंट्रोड्यूस करें, री इंट्रोड्यूस करें, बट ये स्पेशल सेशन करवा करके इंट्रोड्यूस करना बहुत अजीब लग रहा है.
Huh, that's true actually. I mean, like, but that's the thing. Now, Modi government likes that whole shosha culture sort of a thing. So they want to do like a shock and awe
Mahol.
situation. Mahol banate hain, exactly. So
Mahol.
that is, funny thing, guys. So chat. I think you really should watch Dispatch too, because we did this whole coverage of Modi ji's imperial march from the old parliament to the new parliament. It was very fun. It was like this perfect pageantry where everybody got up in the central hall, everybody lined up behind him. And then at one point, which is there in the video, Modi ji, while walking with all these MPs behind him, just stops, right? Then he turns around dramatically and he starts talking to the MPs there. Then suddenly MPs starts chanting slogans. So I was like, wait, did he just make them chant slogans? Did he just stop them to chant slogans? That's weird. Then he just keeps talking to them. Then suddenly Anurag Thakur and another man come running back from the parliament and hand him something. Modi ji had forgotten his chashma. So he had forgotten his chashma in the old parliament, so he wears it. For that entire time, like literally 5 minutes, all the MPs were standing behind him and stopped, right? Then they continued their march to parliament. Then they went inside parliament. Then there was another speech. I think Modi ji, if I'm not wrong, has given 3 giant speeches in 2 days. Actually, 4 giant speeches in 2 days. One was outside parliament before the session started. Then inside parliament when the session started, right, where he was like, oh, why special session, all the things. Then next day, on Tuesday, when before they went to the new parliament, right, and then in the new parliament when he was introducing the new parliament. So 4 times. Like literally, this has been like the Monday and Tuesday of Modi extravaganza of speech giving. Like I think he must have spoken for a total of 4 hours, if I'm not wrong.
Yes. Spoke for 4 hours, and one more interesting fact: he gave 4 speeches with carrying a empty bag in his shoulder.
Empty bag? Empty folder, you mean? That photo you saw?
Empty folder, yeah, empty folder.
Empty
He had
folder.
an empty folder. He was looking serious with because the photographer was actually taking pictures of him. He was serious. He had that empty folder, and he gave that 4 speeches
Oh
in
yeah.
that empty folder without reading anything.
Please, you don't know if he had anything in there. Please, ऐसे मत बोलो मेरे मोदी जी को. Like, don't, you guys are very cruel, man. All you internet people know, all you meme makers, you're very cruel. Like, my Modi ji goes there, इतने diligently काम करके जाते हैं, and then he gives all. He spoke for 4 hours, guys. Please. 4 hours. मजाक नहीं है.
सर 4 घंटे के लिए बोले हैं और सिर्फ 4 घंटे सोते भी हैं.
That's true. That's true. That's true. But the point being that, so okay, the folder aside, I know like a lot of memes are being made about the folder thing. But the fact that he got a chance to speak for 4 hours is kind of insane also. Where, like, itna hi kya bol diya, right? So, okay, I saw bits and pieces of all the speeches, but I felt like I have seen all the speeches without even seeing the speeches. I don't know if you guys feel that way also, but so here's the Modi playbook for these 4 speeches. Okay, one, G20 हुआ है, India is great now. Like G20, India is amazing. We Vishwaguru now. Second is Chandrayaan. Yeah, Chandrayaan land hua hai. We now in space also, so now we are universal Vishwaguru or something. I don't know. Then the third is, हमने बहुत काम किया है. India is going towards developed country in 2047. Now he keeps repeating this. We are developed country 2047. Then he was like, there was पहले it was सबका साथ सबका विकास. Now they have added Sabka Prayas and Sabka one more word. So then he added one more word wahan pe. Then he spoke a lot about how India is his parivar, which he started since the last August, and he continued here as well. And other than that, then of course this women's reservation thing happened, so he got a chance to talk about women and the issues and not issues, the schemes that he introduced in his tenure. And throughout, his whole memories speech was also about all his achievements, all his government's achievements also. So just mota, that is what Modi ji spoke in Parliament. Anything else I missed out? Did he say anything else?
यही
Yeah, that's mota. I covered it, right?
मोटा सॉर्टेड.
Yeah.
आपने ज्यादा ही बता दिया.
मैंने ज़्यादा ही बता दिया. Okay. So सबका विश्वास. So nerd is saying सबका विश्वास. Guys, there is. So I saw this in the bill actually, Women's Reservation Bill. In the Statement of Objects and Reasons, there's a new slogan वहाँ पे. सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास and सबका प्रयास. Yes, you're right, nerd Alok. That's what the 4 things are now. So पहले it's सबका साथ सबका विकास, which means for the non-Hindi speakers, I will translate. It is all of us come together and all of us develop together. Then it's sabka vishwas, which is everybody's trust. And now sabka prayas, which is everybody needs to work their asses off. So पहले हमने सबका साथ सबका विकास ट्राई कर लिया, देन उसमें सबका विश्वास भी डाल दिया, थिंकिंग कि अच्छा एटलीस्ट ट्रस्ट तो होगा ना. बट नाउ वी हैव कम टू अ स्टेज 10 years later, we're like, now you need to work your asses off because we need to fulfill the other 3 things. So we need to work our asses off, not the government. But yeah, so guys, what I'll do is I will give you chance to give your closing thoughts, and then I will say bye bye to you, and then I will continue talking to chat. So closing thoughts, what was happening in your head, anything of consequence that you want to talk about?
So basically, my question is that since we have seen there is a reservation in Panchayati Raj system as well for women. So एक वेब सीरीज आया था पंचायत,
Yeah.
जिसमें उसमें क्लियरली दिखाया है कि व्हाट इज द रियल इम्प्लीमेंटेशन. तो क्या ये प्रॉब्लम हम इसमें भी देखेंगे?
That's actually an interesting point.
Basically,
So,
the idea
Preeti,
of nepotism.
या सो एसेंशियली द फैक्ट दैट अगर प्रधान के बीवी को ही तुमने सीट पे बिठा दिया तो पॉइंट क्या है, राइट? सॉरी, आई स्विच टू हिंदी, बट एसेंशियली द पॉइंट इज दैट the one complaint against women's reservation was that when a seat becomes reserved for women, then the men essentially put their wives as um,
They
fronts.
use like puppet.
Yeah, like a
Sorry.
puppet or a front, and then essentially they are calling all the shots, still the men, but the women are the ones who are standing from the seat, right? That's what you're referring to, Preeti. So do you have an opinion on this? Then I will give mine.
Aditya, do you have anything?
Uh, I think, see, my if this is my closing statement, then I will conclude by saying,
Hmm.
yeah, I will conclude by saying that women representation in parliament is important, and I think the reluctancy that has been seen by the political parties in last 75 or 77 years
Hmm.
in giving women the opportunity to contest elections.
Hmm.
I think because of that only, we are forced to bring such a law that we should have representation, a minimum representation. This is not the maximum representation. This is the minimum that we are giving to women. Nobody is against this law. But the problem lies in this fact. I think every individual who has joined this session and who would look this video afterwards, I think should ask this question from oneself, that why after 75 years of the independence, we are actually bringing a law
Hmm.
which will give minimum representation to women in Lok Sabha and legislative assemblies. This is not a moment of pride.
Fair
This
point.
is a moment of shame, actually.
Fair point. Fair
And it
point.
was actually reiterated by MP, also a women MP, in today's Lok Sabha speech, that Sushmita Sethi, that I stand here, I am speaking for this bill. I am also feeling honored,
Hmm.
and I am also at the same time I am also not feeling well, or I am actually disgraced by this particular thing, that after 75 years we need minimum representation. Guys, this is not the maximum representation.
Right.
This is minimum representation that we will give to women.
Right.
Only, if we talk about the current data, only 11% of the total, if I'm not wrong, 11% of the total number of MPs that are today the part of the
Are
parliament
women.
are women. So I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
I think there is no better idea, or no better thing that you can bring apart from a law, to bring women representation, minimum representation of women in parliament and in legislative assembly. क्योंकि सबसे आसान तरीका ये होता कि आप पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज को दे देते, कि पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज महिलाओं को टिकट देना शुरू कर देते, आपको लॉ बनाने की आवश्यकता ही नहीं थी.
Hmm. Fair enough.
बट
Fair
द
enough.
प्रॉब्लम लाइज इन द फैक्ट कि पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज इतनी रिलेक्टेंट है, अक्रॉस एवरी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज, उन्होंने टिकट नहीं दिया. आज हम मजबूर है ऐसे कानून को लाने के लिए.
Fair enough. I kind of agree with you, Aditya, because the one thing that I would point out here was that way back in 2009 there was an attempt by I think they attempted to raise the reservation from panchayat reservation from 33% to 50%, saying that 50% of the population is women, so we need to increase it, and that didn't pass through parliament, right? And that was defeated. But then states took it up individually on themselves to increase the reservation. So at this point of time, there are 20 states across India which have 50% reservation for women in panchayats, right? Now that's the thing, right? But our panchayats, if 20 states already have that, then we need to ask, what was the harm in bringing just 50% reservation, right, in the parliament, or even 40%, like, who knows? These are all, like, the percentage is worth questioning also. But to answer, like, Preeti's question, I think, Preeti, your worry, I think, has been echoed by a lot of people, right, which is token people who are standing for elections, token women. Um, but you know, that's the thing. I was also thinking about this initially. I was like, "Arey, iska to misuse ho raha hai." But this at the same time, now I'm thinking, chalo, 100 में से let's say 20 misuse it, but the rest of the 80 will not. The rest of the 80 do get a chance to rise up and sort of become get their voices heard and become MPs, MLAs, etc. Right? So I think for those 80% it's fine, and of course there will always be this element of tokenism, which is like, and 20% I think will be massive. I don't think it will happen that much also. I'm saying that as a maximum figure, which I think a percentage.
We can only hope.
Yeah, we can hope, exactly. But that's the thing, no. So you can't shut down the entire thing because there will be misuse. Law lao pehle, then we can essentially plug the gaps one after the other. That is the idea, I guess. But thank you so much, guys, for joining in. Aditya and Preeti. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Meghnad,
Yeah.
and all the viewers who joined this live stream.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My orientation will go a little nuts now that they have left, so I'm going to adjust it for a while. Yes, as expected. Okay, friends. Let's do chat. Make that a stamina guru. Okay. It's true, dude. I have been burning myself out in the past 3 days. I barely sleep. I've been editing all the time. I've been shooting all the time. I've been reading all the time. I've been following Parliament all the time. Feels like the old days. Aditya Sinha is saying, what I think about the men making women a puppet to represent and calling the shots is that it will take generational time, and later women representation will look like that of Finland. Okay, I don't know what it looks like in Finland right now, to be honest. But that's the argument I was making, right? Which is just because a few people will misuse it doesn't mean the whole thing needs to be shut down. Of course there'll be misuse. Of course there will be misuse. Of course there will be women being used as token by men and made to stand for elections whenever the men can't stand for elections. That will happen. But at the same time, I feel like there is a chance that a lot of women will get opportunities to go there and stand up and fight elections and win, which is a great thing. Hi Meghna, do you think Prashant Kishore will be able to make an impact on Bihar politics with his Padyatra and new party consisting retired civil servants and ground level people? I haven't been really following his party lately, but oh wait, is my screen frozen, guys? I think it. Oh, it unfroze. Okay, sorry. I haven't really been following his political journey that closely, but I know he has been on a Padyatra and has started a party. But I'm not sure how popular it is. It's very hard to tell. Uh, if you want to talk about like algorithm wise, I haven't really seen any activity emerge from his front for a while now. Uh, I mean, is he not like trying to establish an internet presence? Is he trying to just do like on ground politics? We never know. But we'll see. Oh yeah, the Canadian thing. Feral Mind is saying close up of Meghnad's forehead for some reason. Okay. Gokul, regardless of Sarpanch patism, that is inevitable. There will be more diversity. In my experience with teams in corporate world, diversity is good for business. Agreed, absolutely agreed. Gokul. What's your views on black pill? I don't know what black pill is. Chat, what is black pill? There is blue pill and red pill. Black pill क्या है? मेरे को क्यों बोल रहे हो? Okay, talking amongst yourself. Most of the things BJP does are tughlaki because intentions are really good. Way they go for it is just unethical many times and just ruthless. Ends do not justify the means. That is all. Harsh, the thing is, they like shock and awe. They like to create this whole drama, and they like to create this whole scenario where everybody's guessing, oh my god, what are you going to do next? What is going to happen? Just the thing about that meme, let's just talk about that for a bit. Apart from the fact that you guys are very mean because you make fun of Adarniya Modi ji, which is very wrong. Having said that, I'm talking about the folder photo. Did all of you see it, chat? Did all of you see the folder photo? There was a photo of Modi ji entering the parliament with a folder in his hand, but there are no papers in it. And everybody's been making fun of it about how hard he's been working. Oh my god, he's so busy. Look at the papers in his hand, etc. Meme. If in fact there were no papers in it, which is alleged that there were no papers in it, think about it. What must have gone through his head to actually come to that moment where he's carrying an empty folder just to take a photo of himself? It's weird. It's so weird. I don't know about you. It's really weird. What was he thinking, right? Oh wait, he was visualizing that, acha, so if I go inside this chamber, there will be this photographer there, and I have to give this determined look with two people beside me who are entering the yay. But how can I look more busy? How can I look more hardworking? Hey, chal re, folder leke aa. Haan, folder leke aa. And the guy just got a folder and then he just walked it. Maybe he didn't even ask if there are any papers in it, right? He's just like, मुझे बस एक folder चाहिए. It doesn't matter what is in it. Prashant Kishore is like that joker who gives interviews to all news channels. Arjun, I agree. His joke, not joker. His interviews are very amusing though. I never take him seriously. But I feel like his interviews are very entertaining, if nothing. If BJP introduces 33% female candidates in 2024 elections, I would straight away vote for BJP, but I know they can't do it. Okay, Krishna, interesting. Intention matters. Yeah, they're not doing it. It's clear they're not interested in doing it also. When do you think CAA codes would be notified? I feel like that is also... I am not sure उनके rules क्यों नहीं बने अभी तक वो bill का. What is stopping them from doing it? But maybe they're also afraid of another protest. Or maybe they just don't know how to do it, right? They just don't know. Like, they didn't think it through, right? They're like, if we implement this, where we are trying to do like an NRC, a National Register for Citizens, which is based on an Aadhaar, which is already so full of flaws, and there are exclusions all the time. People don't get rations sometimes. It's a messy system. There is duplication. So many problems with Aadhaar. If you're going to base a register on that, and then we're going to filter citizens based on that, it will cause a massive mess. And plus, can't implement it, right? in the video on the Modi review, first one, I have pointed out how this is an incompetent authority. They have all the dreams of being an authority and being an authoritarian, and everybody listening to them, and everything they say being what is happening. But I feel like they're extremely incompetent. They don't think things through. They don't have the patience to be deliberate about things. Like, for example, the women's reservation thing, by not telling anyone about it, by not telling anyone what are the details, etc., and then this whole delimitation thing, in 2026, it will cause another giant mess for no reason. For no reason. It will cause a mess. Like, they're just delaying that mess by throwing it down the line 3 years after this. But it's bizarre, guys. I mean, if it's not a competent authority, it's an incompetent authority. It can't think things through. That's the problem. I mean, if they had actually brought in women's reservation and thought it through properly and implemented it properly, yeah, I get where you're coming from, Krishna Kumar. Absolutely, I get where you're coming from. That can be a big reason to vote for them. I mean, I admit it can be. Kumar, I don't think you should vote for BJP based on one bill they are passing near the end of their tenure, at least for now, is what Cinnamon is saying. Cinnamon, I agree with you, but at the same time, I also see where Krishna is coming from. I understand why he's saying that. Maybe it is one issue that he will vote on. It can be multiple issues or one issues. Everybody votes for different reasons. But I hear you. You're correct. I'm also wondering, Neeraj, who the guests were. I'm joining late. Oh, guys, so the people you saw before, Aditya and Preeti, I introduced them in the beginning. I'll tell you again. So the thing is, Aditya had emailed me in the morning saying that he wants to do an interactive session with me on the women's reservation bill. Both of them are like final year law students and they want to start their own YouTube channel. So I was like, why not? Come over. They said they've been following Parliament, and I was like, sure, come over, come to my stream. And they essentially were acting as gap fillers, right? They were like, they were putting in points which maybe I missed out and maybe I did not notice. So yeah, just a little way of encouraging them towards what they want to do, and giving them a captive audience essentially. That's what the whole thing was. I don't know them. I literally saw them the first time 15 minutes before this stream. I will be voting first time in 2024, Aditya. Oh, amazing. Exciting times, first vote. But I'm glad you're here, Aditya. I'm glad. I'm glad that you're here. Like, seriously. I mean it. Amanpreet has become a member. Hello, Amanpreet. Welcome to the membership. Guys, please do consider becoming a member. I do a stream every day now to watch Parliament. So you can get access to that. It is open to both basic and super support. I have kept it open to both this one time. Later, workshops are only for super support people. Good people, Aditya and Preeti. Yes, I agree, Shiroyasha. I always miss the beginning of live streams. Fair enough. I will keep repeating myself. If you ask me, I will repeat myself and give you introductions multiple times. That is actually one of the things that streamers do all the time, which is, it's a moving audience. It's not a constant. People keep coming in, people keep going out. They come in, they are doing things on the side, etc. So it's always good habit to top of the hour, as one streamer calls it, like top of the hour announcements. So right now it's been 1 hour, so I think it's time for announcements. I've already told you who the guests were, but welcome, guys. Welcome to the stream. If you just joined in, this is the Meg Nerd channel. If this is the first time you're joining in, I do videos on culture, society, politics, government, and currently I'm obsessed with the special session of Parliament. I'm following it and I'm covering it. I am watching it on live stream with members of this channel. They are directing me, they are helping me create that video, and every day I'm putting one out as dispatches. So the previous day's updates you will get in that dispatch. It will be around 25 to 30 minutes long. Please do watch. Please do share, guys. Please do share. Share those videos if you like them. Modi is Voldemort in Gujarat. People who pointed finger on him are no more in this world or in jail for life. There is no exaggeration at all. 2002 was a Nexus event for Modi. MCU reference. Okay. I also get voting rights in 2024, but boards are going to eat up my time. Oh, Cinnamon. Amazing. Please do vote, and also I'm happy you're here, guys. Are there a lot of you who are either first time voters next year or were first time voters in 2019? Because if you are the most important people for me right now, like ideologically speaking and intention wise. You guys are the ones I'm talking to, honestly. You're my primary audience. All of this that I'm doing. Nerd Alok, first time. Avi, first time. Oh, first time for Lok Sabha, Trisha. Wow. Atharva, 2019 voter. Milan, also first time. Spider-Man turned 18 this year. First time. Neeraj is a third time voter. Okay, fair enough. So your last vote was 2014. Cool. The first vote. First timer. 2019 I voted first time. Move. Okay. Oh, Ansar will be the first time voter next year as well. Oh, that's amazing, guys. Rhythm is there. Cinnamon is there. Harsh is second time. Anubhav is first time. So a lot of first time voters actually. That's great. Yeah, as I was saying, you are my audience. I am responsible for shaping your political ideology and awareness, which is a responsibility I'm willing to accept. And I'm looking forward to this. No, but I want to be fair to you guys. I want to be honestly very fair. So I will try wherever possible to be very open about my biases. So if you feel I'm being biased about something, please call me out on it. Call me out in the sense, please ask me questions about it for your own sake. Don't be too convinced by anything unless you question it nicely, and that includes me, right? I make mistakes as well. I have personal biases as well. Every human being has a bias. If you ask me about it, I will tell you about it. And I feel that is the best way to also shape your personal political ideology, by asking questions to people about their biases and then challenging them and getting answers for it, so that in your head you're also sorting out your political ideology. The second thing is, do not keep it constant. If you figure out today that you're a, I don't know, liberal person, if you figure out you're a free market person, if you figure out if you want big government, many things, right? These are all policy positions. Also be prepared to change it. You might be voting next year, but at the same time, when you vote, maybe if you're like Neeraj, third time voter, I can bet that since 2014 till now, he might have changed a lot of things about himself and his ideology. And so the idea is, guys, please don't keep it static. Try out different ideologies, talk to people from different ideologies. It's very important right now where you are in this point of time, which is 18. I feel like I did not get that. I feel like I would have loved to have something like that. So I am trying to do my best for other people now who would also be in the same position that I was when I was 18. I was extremely confused. I had no clue what to do. And I was extremely casteist, sexist, you know, RSS sort of mentality tha mera, bigoted, all the things I was. Took me a while to unlearn all of that. But I'm glad that you guys are here and I am a part of this journey for you. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart. Which year was your first time? Which was it? 2008, I think. No, wait. 2014, 2009. Yeah. 2009 was my first vote, I think. Yeah. First time voter for Congress next year, okay. मेघनाथ है तो मुमकिन है, thank you. Oh, how was Jawan? Manu is asking. Guys, Jawan is awesome. Yes, I'm saying it. It is amazing. I loved it. It was very entertaining. It was in parts it was super preachy, but god damn it, I had fun watching it. The entry scenes, the second entry scene, the twists. Love it. Please go watch. Theater watch. Totally. And I loved it way more than Pathan. Pathan gave me a freaking headache and it made me think like I'm a dumbass for coming here and spending time to watch that garbage. But man, Jawan just made up for it. They do not assume their audience is dumb, which is nice. They assume that their audience is there for fun. I'm okay with that. Do that. I started following you on NL, Sansad Watch. You left the platform. I started following you on IVM, subsidiary channel ELI10, and the social studies show you left that. Bro, I fear following you here, Siddhant. Siddhant, listen, I have also been going through a bunch of transitions in the past few years, from News Laundry to IVM to now this new YouTube channel venture. Life is in a flux, man, and I hope you understand why. There is no place in mainstream, media for people like me anymore, essentially. For a while, I guess this is how it is going to be, and I just have to be okay with it. And I just have to keep doing what I do. That is the whole thing. And I don't want to compromise. I don't want to I don't want to have anyone telling me what to do, essentially, or what to say. I want to be open and opinionated. And again, come back to the point where a lot of these first time voters and second time voters are my audience, and I want to be very loyal to them. That is my idea now. That is basically who I'm making videos for. That is who I'm talking to on like this on a daily basis almost. Yeah, that's the idea. If you fear following me here, please follow me. I don't know what will happen. As I said earlier, I have a 6-month runway. देखते हैं 6 महीने में क्या होता है. Maybe मेरा सब saving खत्म हो जाएगा and I will be on the streets, but I hope not. So that's the idea. I'm balancing out my Meghnad and News Laundry viewing sessions by trying to watch Ajit Bharti. Oh God. No. Hey, wait, is Ajit Bharti a streamer now? Someone told me. Please do an intro about yourself again. Is that what you said, Shweta? Where did it go? Sorry, I don't know. I lost it. I refreshed it. Went up. Oh yeah, here. Please do an intro about yourself again, like your work ex and all. I think everybody knows mostly what my work ex is. If you have any specific questions, please. AMA, guys. AMA. Always open. I appreciate it. I like civil discourse. So do I. Aditya, this is also a attempt to sort of keep myself sane, right? Because after a point when you are not going with the establishment, when you are not sucking up to them, when you are refusing to sort of obey, you get isolated and you feel isolated. It's a very lonely enterprise. So sometimes you feel like you're all alone. Sometimes you feel like you're the only idiot who is sort of fighting the currents, and you're, speaking up and being brave, which I don't think is whatever. Like, people say it is a brave thing. I don't think so. But anyway, like, you're doing something else, holding a different view, going against majorities, and all the things. You know what I mean? So yeah, so this whole live stream thing, it actually gives me a lot of hope, right? Which is like, there are like 150 to 200 people watching me right now. Then there are people who agree with me. There are first time voters, as I said. And you guys are all here, and you have been watching me for the last 1.5 hours because there is hope. And that is the whole reason, right? There is hope. We are all here because there is hope. Black pill is about that physical, attractive, and money is only what matter for dating. Okay, this is the first time I'm hearing of it, Daily. I had no idea. What physical attractiveness and money is what matters for dating? Only thing that matters for dating? I don't agree with that. I neither had money, nor was I physically attractive ever, and I found a good partner. So, no, I don't agree with that. That's stupid. Your bias was pretty evident in the News Laundry podcast in Nupur Sharma case. What did I say in the Nupur Sharma thing? That I disagree with her being punished? That I disagree with her, facing the law and FIRs being filed against her? I hope I said that, or did I not say that? Just tell them to question everything. Agreed. Can you stream the parliament proceedings on Twitch so that non-members can watch too? Can't afford membership right now. Spider-Man. Spider-Man, honestly, the other reason why I'm putting it behind a paywall is because I don't want copyright strikes and I can't take ads on that. So I am putting it behind a paywall for that very reason also. But at the same time, I'm putting out those dispatches, right? You're seeing those, I hope. Those are like summations of what happened through the day, right? Just don't be apolitical. Completely agree. We are here to change you. Oh, okay. I'm open to that. Ever thought of calling right-wing thought leaders to discuss? Ansar, the thing is, I know a lot of people have asked me that. Oh, hello Deepak. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Uh, the thing is, Ansar, there is this whole thing, no, where someone is like, oh, why don't you call J. Sai Deepak on your podcast? I would like to see you debate him. Then someone else was suggested for some right winger again. Please debate them. The thing about debates is that it is a tamasha mostly. A debate like that, which is maybe between a what is his name? I don't remember. But any right winger and me would be the right winger trying to put me down and me reacting to that and trying to put that person down. It would be like a wrestling match, a verbal wrestling match. It's entertaining, sure, we can attempt it, but that's what it is. It is entertaining. There is no, uh, debate and discussion needs to happen with Socratic humility, as they call it, right? Socratic humility means that when you're facing contrarian views, you should have the humility to actually accept that you might be wrong and accept those contrarian views and infuse them in your personal thinking as well. Internet debates, online debates, all these ideological debates, TV debates, do not do that. That is not a requirement there where you are changing your views. Have you ever seen a panelist on a TV channel say, I think I'm wrong? Yeah, you're right. You totally convinced me about this. I think you're right. Never, ever. And the weird thing is, I have done that on TV channels. I think on NDTV I have done it once. There was this one debate I had done in Mumbai University and stuff. The thing is, that's not entertaining, right? And also, it is seen as a sign of weakness, weirdly enough, where you are accepting someone else's point of view. It doesn't make sense. Like, if someone else convinces you and you are convinced at that point of time, you should say it. You're like, yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, sure, sure. I agree with you there. I'll read up more on it. Maybe I might not agree with it tomorrow, but right now I agree with it. Debates में नहीं होता है boss वो. So if I call like right wing thought leaders and talk to them, this is what will happen, right? I don't think it will be anywhere. Like, it won't be entertaining and it won't be like fulfilling either. But at the same time, maybe one day, let's see. Never say never. Right now, I'm not in the mood. Your constitution show was my introduction to political sense. Thanks a lot. Inosuke, thank you so much. I'm glad. I met someone yesterday who said the same thing, and I'm also very happy about that. Uh, Unofficial political science teacher is what she called me, and I was like, oh, that's adorable. I love that. But I'm glad. I'm glad it was very useful to you. Don't give spoilers. Love Jawan. He's lying. No, I'm not lying, Abhishek. Jawan is awesome. I'm being very serious right now. Please watch Jawan. Please share headphone zone coupons. Should I ask headphone zone for sponsorships? Yeah, I should do that. Meghnad, how do you vet your sources for information with politics? I generally wait. There is a super chat. Hope, yes, Kakuchiku. Thank you so much for super chat. All for hope. Yes. Krishna Kumar, thank you for the super chat. Please share headphone zone discount coupons in return for this super chat. Kidding. Meghnad is the real entire political science scholar. Oh, that was nice. Okay. Anish is saying, how do you vet your sources for information with politics? I generally find myself drowning in opinion and conspiracy like articles that make me question every political piece I read. It's a good thing it makes you question every political piece you read. That should be your basic state of mind, and you should question it, right? I'll tell you something. I was very close to going into like some conspiracy rabbit holes in my youth. In my youth, I have been down those roads. I actually started believing that there was an Illuminati. I actually believed in The Secret. Have you guys heard of this amazing thing called The Secret? I was super influenced by it when I was young. If you don't know, should I tell you? Should I do this? Okay, I will do this. So there was this book called The Secret, right? So for a hopeless individual like me who was not doing anything better with life, that book was like a savior. It was like almost like a religious book for me, where it talks about this law of attraction, where it says that you are essentially like a human antenna who is sending out waves around in the universe, and the way to attract things is to think about those things all the time. But no, not just that, you also have to send out stronger signals to activate the law of attraction. So you have to be happy and optimistic. See what I did? So the amplification happens only if you're happy and optimistic and thinking about it all the time. So the law of attraction, which is this big secret which all successful people have used till date, is that. And I was very influenced by it. I was nuts about it for a few years. Swapna Ranjita Nayak, hello, thank you so much for becoming a basic supporter. I hope I pronounced your name right. Swapna Ranjita. Nice name, by the way. Hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. Yes, quoting the OG, Morgan Freeman, right? From what was that movie? The prison escape movie. Shit, how did I forget the name of that movie? I really love that movie. Anyway, hope is the thing that with feathers, the secret of my generation. We have first time voters here. Yeah, we do. Meghnad was an avid reader of Dan Brown. I genuinely was, Shiroyasha. I used to be obsessed with Dan Brown, and I genuinely believed there is an Illuminati. Because from Dan Brown, it went to the internet, right? And all the internet conspiracy theory rabbit holes I went down about these connections between the Illuminati and the Freemasons and whatever. Beer Biceps still does it. He's like a 30-year-old man and he still does it. At least I grew out of it. There is no Illuminati. How do you know, Ansar? How do you even know? The source is of all manifestation. Meghnad, can we expect more episodes on Explain Like I'm 10? No, Inosuke, that channel has been shut down. I have left IVM. All About Now is dead. That whole thing is dead, including probably How to Citizen for IP reasons. So, yeah. My last date was last week only, Friday. I also think the power of subconscious mind is purely pseudoscience. No, I think there is some sense to that theory about the subconscious mind. But again, not a scientist. Read a few books about that. There is this book called Telltale Brain. Guys, if you have a chance, please read that. It is amazing. It is written by this neuroscience guy. Forget his name. V.S. Ramachandran, I think. Yeah. Shawshank Redemption. Thank you, Harshit. How could I forget Shawshank Redemption? Yes, hope is a good thing. The best of things. And hope never dies. Please, it's cuckoo, not kaku, like roosters cry in Marathi. Kakku Chikku is what your name is. Sounds like manifesting lol. It is actually the OG version of manifesting, Tabish. Now all these kids do like, oh, I have to manifest things, manifesting. मेरे समय में during my young days, it was law of attraction. I'm using the law of attraction to attract things towards me. I am using the law of attraction to attract sleep and men separately. No luck till date. 20 plus years of trying. I think you search it channel. I'll recommend it. Is wheat waffles. Go for early videos, not very early. Daily, undaily. I think you're still talking about that black pill thing, right? I will take a look. Nipun. Hi again. In your experience, what's the best way to have a discussion where it's not about right or wrong, but pursuit of truth? Thanks. Nipun, the thing is, if you want to have a discussion which is done with the intention of actually learning something or even taking conversation to a higher level, whatever, however you want to describe it, there needs to be, I feel like, one basic thing, which is mutual respect between the two people who are doing this discussion. Like, if I am talking to, let's say, a farmer, right? I should be humble enough and I should have enough humility to understand that talking to a farmer about the farmer's bill is very important. Even though I have read bills, I know policy, I've worked in parliament, I understand parliamentary procedures, I know how an actual law is made. Maybe that farmer might not know what I know, but at the same time, when a farm bill is coming up, he is the expert in farming. So I go to him to ask dumb questions. So when I'll give you an example, right, where do you remember the farmers' protest? we were coming up with an idea in News Laundry about what sort of ground reports we want to do. And I had covered the passage of the farm bills. I had covered, what the farm bills are. I had done videos on it and articles on it and all the things. But at the same time, it felt like a lot of bookish knowledge, right? So I proposed an idea that I just want to go to the farmers protest and ask extremely dumb basic questions, like what is a mandi, how does it work, what is an arthia, what is your problem if the arthia goes away, what is this whole thing that you're doing, why are you protesting, how are you surviving, what are your problems, I do not understand all of this. So we turned it into like a city boy goes to farmers and asks dumb questions. I feel like that is one way to approach. Sorry, producer चिल्ला रहा है. That is one way to approach everything, right? So when it's a discussion between me and a farmer, I should have enough humility to say that no, the farmer is an expert in certain things and I know certain things, but we don't know, both of us don't know all of it also. So there's an exchange of ideas there happening immediately, right? Where both of us understand where we are coming from. That rarely happens because on the internet and in this culture, I think everybody is just trying to prove that they know everything and they are everything and they understand everything. Everybody is afraid to say that they don't know things. Like so many questions come to me in this chat itself where I'm like, no boss, I haven't read about it. The black pill thing, which our friend here has been obsessing about. What was the name? I'm really sorry, I forgot. Who was it? Daily Undaily. Daily Undaily has been asking me about black pill since the beginning. I don't know what black pill is, but I asked him, what is black pill? You tell me. And then he told me, then I gave my initial reaction, but then I will be like, मुझे पता नहीं है boss, I will go and read up more on it. Done. We all learn something. In the future, what do you think government should do? Not let media become as biased and polarizing as in present. I think the one way to end media biasness and hegemony would be to not let them become too big, which is very problematic. When you're a media house that is too big, that is always a problem. You have a disproportionate amount of broadcasting power and message shaping power, which is very dangerous in any democracy. So break it up into multiple things, but also encourage local journalism. I feel like if a government comes in and really wants to fix journalism, they should put in their effort into local ground level journalism more. There are really reporters out there in rural India and in tier 2 cities who are massively struggling, but they still do their jobs. They're actually reporting on what is happening in their cities, in their towns, in their districts, and keeping their life running that way. It's very hard. If any sort of incentives can be given for local journalists, where local level journalism but also local level decentralized journalism is encouraged, right? I feel like that would be the best fix. We give far too much importance to national media. We give far too much importance to Delhi media, Noida media, whatever you want to call it. It is not good. I feel like regional journalism needs to get some more incentive. And of course, it also depends on how we behave as consumers, right? So, incentivize smaller creators, incentivize smaller journalists. I really recommend you sort of also check out Reporters Collective, right? Who have a very interesting model as well. Of course, there's News Laundry, there's Alt News. These are all independent, smallish organizations which I feel are the way to save journalism, honestly. Please create a separate UPI ID like Wimo. Google को cut नहीं देना है मुझे. Also, why aren't there more collabs between anchors who turned to YouTube? Siddhant is asking. I don't understand. I don't know about collabs, Siddhant. I don't think we have many live streamers in India who talk about the news. If there is anyone, please let me know. I've already like spoken to Vimo and Pranav, been trying to collab with them for a bunch of things. If there is anyone else who you think I should collab with, please let me know. UPI ID. So the thing is, Siddhant, there is a reason for that. When you are doing something like this, which is being critical of the government, which is very authoritarian and nutty, is that if I give my UPI ID, some shady ass person will put money into my account and maybe the income tax will come after me or something of that sort. I'll just create leverage for people to come after me. Uh, it can happen. I'm just very paranoid about that. I'm sorry. That's the only reason. Kakuchiku. So the thing is, I know YouTube does take a big chunk of it, but I still look at it as like a service charge. I mean, मुझे जो भी आता है वो आता है. But at the same time, yeah, it is what it is. I'd rather use YouTube as a middleman than anyone else right now. Because foreign country, Google, amazing. Request to do a monologue for 2 minutes on today's session, like Man Ki Baat. I mean, monologue should not have to do anything that happened, but still feels like it does. Okay, I will attempt that sometime. Not right now, but I will. Thank you for the super chat though. Did you see my commentary? I did commentary. Uh, I think in Dispatch 2, you will see me doing like a chunk of commentary. I was watching the session, and for our wonderful members, I was doing commentary in English for around 10-15 minutes, I think. Yeah, there's a section of that there. Kakuchiku, please check it out. This dog. Just like Mandip Punya. Yeah, absolutely. Just like Mandip Punya. Love this take on media. Thank you so much. And I think you were talking about the decentralization thing, right? Yeah. Lots of love for our producer. Alu, you can hear her. Yeah. Yeah, you can hear her. Yeah. College placement cell taught us about law of attraction instead of teaching soft skill. No wonder they could not get single campus drive. Genuinely, placement cell taught you about this? Oh, that's so fun. Angita Sharma, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. This is the first super chat from Angiras. Thank you. I joined late, but I have heard the entire stream at 2x speed and trying to catch up. Hope I'll catch up before the stream ends. Prajna Nanjangud. Okay. Prajna. Okay. So at some point he will hear his name being taken badly, like mispronounced badly, and he will laugh out loud. Hi Prajna. Are you here yet? Have you reached here yet? Are you here yet? Pradnya? Pradnya, is that you? Nanyangud? Hi. I hope you're alright. Get Manisha on the stream. I'll try, Tavish. I'll be eligible to vote after 2 years. Oh, he's there. I think he's I think he's 40 minutes behind us, guys. I don't know. Voting ki baat ho rahi hai. See? He's responding right now, looking at the past. This is very amusing. Akash ke saath. Yeah. Akash, I think, is a good idea. I think I will ask him. Your fears about people depositing shady money are real. Highly recommend you stick with that. Yeah, Shweta, I've seen some shady things happen, so I'm not very trusting of what this government is capable of, which is anything. Okay, last few chat questions and then I will take your leave. I'm extremely tired. I've been editing all day and I have to get up early tomorrow to finish the edit and put out the dispatch. I do not support prosecution of journalists, but do you think TV news anchors and their bosses should be persecuted for their actions? Is there some other way to bring them to accountability? See, that's the thing, right? I mean, when this whole FIR against Sudhir Chaudhary happened, I was also thinking of this. You know, these people are evil. There's no other way to say it anymore. They're just evil, and they do not have any sense of morals. They have no sense of what damage they are causing. And even if they have a sense, they're still doing it deliberately. And even after people are telling them for years now not to do it, they continue to do it. Right? Like you know, there were this set of comments that were left on my YouTube. I deleted some of them about जब तक तू मोदी जी के बारे में बोलता रहेगा तब तक मैं मोदी जी को वोट देता रहूँगा. दैट्स द ओनली रीज़न. बिकॉज तेरी तो मोदी जी से जलती है, इसीलिए मैं मोदी जी को वोट देता हूँ. So it's like they're deriving pleasure out of how other people are miserable because of them, and it's just the most shadiest sort of mentality that has just overtaken everything and just like latched onto us. You know, like this whole mentality of, oh, I might not be happy, but at least I can see that I'm making that other person unhappy also, right? And that is the disgusting mentality that these news anchors come with, which is they are unhappy in their life. Maybe they don't do very well friends wise, maybe they have some big insecurities within them, and the result of that is they're unleashing that bullshit on the society. Fucking go to therapy, man. I mean, please. Oh. But yeah, that's that's the thing. So when people like these are there, how do you turn that off? How do you even reach these people? How do you even tell them कि boss ये हो गया अभी क्या हो रहा है? The only solution to this is that the government changes and then we see them for who they really are, and they get fucked in the process. I've used the F word twice. Will I get demonetized? But this is, I don't think that matters anymore. Anyway. Do you see any parliamentarians today stand out to you as possible candidates for PM CMs? Trisha, I don't know exactly. And I can't answer that because I genuinely believe that we shouldn't pick our PMs and CM candidates before the elections. I believe that the PM and CM candidates picking process should happen after the elections, which is once a party comes to majority, the party should get together. The people within the party who have worked hard to win that election should be the ones who should take a call on who contributed the most, who is the most capable of leadership amongst themselves, and also the minister portfolio similarly. I do not believe in a form of election where I am declaring right up front that, oh, I like this candidate versus that candidate. I don't do that. If you ask me, in my constituency, when the tickets are announced, which is the candidate you're supporting, I will tell you. I will tell you very honestly who I'll support. How is your health? You doing all right, good sir? Anish, yes, I am all right, good sir. Anish, all good. I am very healthy. Did you cover the removal of words secular and socialist missing from the preamble bit? No, Pradhan, I didn't do that. Today was all about the session. And now I'm spending time with chat essentially. First part was about the session, but the removal of the word secular and socialist, yeah, I saw that. I think Sushil Modi said, no, ki, oh, socialist is not relevant anymore. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Socialist is not relevant anymore? You are the people who say that we give 80 crore logo ko ration, and you are saying socialist is not relevant anymore? Guys, biggest welfare people is the central government right now. The schemes after schemes. Today, Modi ji was like, Arey Ujjwala Yojana, Arey this Yojana, Arey that Yojana. That's socialist, boss. On the other hand, as I said, we have a bunch of bad loans which have been written off. Some banks have just taken losses. The government is compensating them with taxpayer money just to support them so that they don't fail. That is socialism also. The super rich are enjoying the fruits of socialism where the government is coming to rescue them when they mess up in their business. Which for a normal person who messes up in their business, they have to take the responsibility themselves. Okay? Unless you become too big to fail. If your dukan basically fails, it's on you, boss. You figure out then. Ghar becho, do whatever. But when big, capitalists essentially do the same thing, when they fail in a project and they can't repay the loan, the government comes in to save them because max socialism chal raha hai yahan pe. I can recommend Miss Medusa for collab. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I'll ask her. Miss Medusa would be great to have on this stream. I will get it. Oh, guys, wanted to tell you. Next week, I'm bringing a guest. So these two were essentially they came in the morning and then they became guests. But next week, I'm going to have a very fun guest on the Wednesday night stream. I'm planning to do like this format now on Wednesdays, where for at least 1 hour, I'll keep someone here who is like not an expert, but an interesting fellow. But next week is an expert is coming. And they can just take questions from you. So I'm a moderator. I will not be interviewing them. I will just be navigating the conversation with chat. So chat will be the interviewer. You guys will be the interviewer of whoever comes on this stream. That is the format that I'm going to try. Next Wednesday, I've already confirmed the guest. For the first hour, I'm going to do that. And I think it'll be a topic you will like because we've had a lot of conversations about that already. I spoke to you a couple of days ago on Twitter Spaces about India ban on G14. On that note, you should do more spaces. Spaces are monetizable. Spaces are monetizable? I did not know that. Oh wait, is that subscription thing? You can put it behind a ticket and stuff. Is that what you're saying, Angiras? Probably. Yeah. But yeah, I will do more spaces. I intend to do more spaces. Socialism is relevant now more than ever. Why remove secular? Secular to they hate. Because they want to stand out with their religious beliefs anyway. Question to chat. Do you know as much about the local politicians than the ones in the limelight? Asking because I think I noticed long ago that this is what I'm doing but haven't improved. Always, I think you can do that 15 days before the election. No worries. Don't worry about that. 15 days before the election. Uske pehle follow all the parties and their activities and their behavior. And that should be a major part of your voting also. The party. And the party that people belong to. So keep a watch on parties, keep a watch on their activities. 15 days before voting, obsess over your local candidate after they get the ticket. Might as well be now that Musk is planning to charge everyone who uses, Twitter. Any plans on bringing folks from NL as guests? Not right now, but I will ask for sure. Okay, guys, I think that is it. I will take your leave. I think it's late and I'm tired. I have to get up early and finish editing the tomorrow's dispatch. So, good stream, guys. Good stream. Please keep giving your feedback. I am very appreciative of it. And also, like a lot of people said, give time codes on this stream. Honestly, if I can ask for a favor, guys, if one of you can do it, if you have been on this stream and can help me do time codes and put it as a comment, I will pin it. Right now, I'm exhausted. I'm literally at my wit's end. So if you can do it, if anyone can help me with that, I would really appreciate it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye, friends.